What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Today is Sunday, March 26th, which means tomorrow on Monday, March 27th, the Nintendo eShop will be closed forever. So in case you have procrastinated up to this point, today I'll be going over all the info that you need to know to make sure that you can get your hands on your favorite Pokemon titles. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So I'm here on the official Pokemon website where they have all of the information that we need to know about what games we'll be losing access to once the Nintendo eShop closes for good tomorrow. And just like they say in the title here, we recommend purchasing any Pokemon titles you want for your collection before it's too late, because we will be losing access to a ton of older Pokemon games, including some demos that will give you game-exclusive Pokemon that you can eventually transfer to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet once we get the Pokemon Home connection. But let's go ahead and read up on all of the info that we need to know in order to be prepared for the eShop closing. So the article says the Nintendo eShop for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems and the Wii U system will no longer be available as of March 27th, 2023. So like I said, tomorrow. Once the shop closes, you won't be able to purchase digital games, including a variety of past Pokemon titles for those systems. We recommend you make your purchases soon to ensure your collection is complete. The following digital-only Pokemon releases will become unavailable for purchase after the eShop closes. So for the Nintendo 3DS eShop, we will be losing access to Poke Transporter, Pokedex 3D, Pokedex 3D Pro, Pokemon Vague, which is a big one for a lot of people, so you might want to hop on that one, Pokemon Battle Trozei, Pokemon Dream Radar, Pokemon Picross, Pokemon Rumble World, and Pokemon Shuffle. And these are the big ones here. For the Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, we will be losing access to Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Yellow, so the 3 OGs, as well as the Pokemon Trading Card game, which that one is already coming to the Nintendo Switch Online. They didn't say when, but they did announce they are going to be putting that one onto the Switch account. But these older Pokemon games, like the Red, Blue, and Yellow games, those are not on the Nintendo Switch yet. And who knows when they're going to add those, because we've already been waiting for forever and a day to just get our Pokemon Home connection for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But let's also not forget that they said that they were going to be adding the Pokemon Stadium titles to the Nintendo Switch Online accounts. Literally the last Pokemon Day that we had in like 2022, and we still haven't gotten those yet. So I wouldn't hold your breath on thinking that they're going to add these older gen games anytime soon, honestly, because they quite literally haven't even mentioned them adding them, which in my opinion is not the smartest. But we will also be losing access to Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and Pokemon Crystal. Moving on to the Wii U eShop, we will be losing access to Pokemon Rumble U, and for the Wii U Virtual Console, we will no longer have access to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and Pokemon Snap, which me personally, I haven't played any of the Mystery Dungeon games or the Pokemon Ranger games, but I do know that they have quite a large fan base despite being spin-off games. So if you are a fan of any of these games and you want them, I would get them while you can. But that's not the only thing that we're going to be losing access to, because we're also going to be losing access to a couple of demos, like I mentioned, that do give you game-exclusive Pokemon that you can transfer to Pokemon Home and eventually will be able to bring into other Pokemon games, which is what they mention next in the article. They say here, in addition to these games, there's also a pair of Pokemon game demos that are still available to download from the Nintendo 3DS eShop, but completing them will earn you special Pokemon that can be transferred to Pokemon Bank, which you can then of course transfer to the Nintendo Switch eventually. Look for Glalie in the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire special demo, and Ash Greninja in the Pokemon Sun and Moon special demo, which Ash Greninja is a big one just because I know people are big fans of Ash Greninja. Granted, so you can bring Ash Greninja into Scarlet and Violet eventually when we do get that connection, but it did get nerfed. So just keep that in mind that Ash Greninja will work differently in Scarlet and Violet since there is no longer a transformation like there used to be. Granted, it will still have Battle Bond on it, but Battle Bond also works a little bit differently now in Scarlet and Violet. So I would just read up on the changes first if you are thinking about downloading the demo so that you can get your own Ash Greninja. They also say that the closure of the Nintendo 3DS eShop will also affect the theme shop and the Nintendo Badge Arcade, both of which contain Pokemon items that can be used to customize your Nintendo 3DS home screen. Finally, we recommend that you take this opportunity to download any available software updates, so you won't be able to update your software after the Nintendo eShop closes either. And they end off the article by mentioning that those who link their Nintendo Network ID wallet, which is used for the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems, with their Nintendo account wallet, which is the one that you use for the Nintendo Switch family of systems, can use the shared balance to purchase content on any of these systems until March 27th. So right now you can use your balance to purchase from either the Nintendo Wii or the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo Switch. But after March 27th, the balance can only be used to purchase content with the Nintendo Switch family of systems. So even if you still have a balance, you obviously will not be able to use that balance to purchase any games on the eShop since it will obviously be closed. You will only be able to use that balance for the Nintendo Switch. But the moral of the story here is if you still have access to your Nintendo 3DS or your Nintendo Wii and you're a fan of the older Pokemon games, it's better to download them now because we don't exactly know when we're going to be able to get them on the Nintendo Switch, if ever, which, like I mentioned, that would not be a smart thing in my opinion to do. However, I'm not the one running the company, so I'm hoping that they do add them eventually. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.